Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and welcome back to another episode of Battlefield 1 Firearms Focus. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cei-Rigotti. Let's start by talking real history. Designed by Italian light infantry major Amerigo Cei-Rigotti in 1900, it would take 10 years to design what many agree is the world's first assault rifle. The Rigotti was a gas blowback select fire rifle capable of firing an automatic and single shot. Now, there's still quite a bit of mystery surrounding this rifle, and some of the literature claims it was chambered in 6.5mm Carcano. However, Forgotten Weapons points out that the only known Rigotti in the US is actually chambered in 7.65x53, which would actually have made a lot of sense for that time period, as it was one of Mauser's primary caliber offerings. Still, there are many unknowns, and the existence of prototypes that have simply vanished since the 1900s are more likely than not, so there is a strong possibility that there was indeed a variation of the Cei-Rigotti that was in 6.5mm Carcano. Now, the Cei would utilize magazines, some reportedly up to 50 rounds in capacity. How fantastic would that be? However, the magazines were fixed and they were not quick detachable, so the weapon was loaded using stripper clips through the receiver. Now, looking at this rifle, even by today's standards, it's obvious that this was a really well-designed rifle. It's compact. It reminds me of a carbine in a lot of ways. Specifically, a lot of the carbines that we would end up seeing predominantly used in World War II. It was easy to handle, and it's light. Pretty much everything that we aim for when designing modern infantry rifles. Unfortunately, the Cei-Rigotti would ultimately not be adopted by the military. Now, there's a lot of different speculation on why this was, some people claiming that it was never actually that reliable, but there is no hard information, there's no test or even rumors stating anything like that. In fact, there are more rumors claiming that it was extremely reliable. One Italian newspaper supposedly reported on an event in which the weapon fired 400 rounds consistently until the gun finally got so hot that it seized up. Even by today's standards, you know, that's pretty reliable for a weapon built in 1900, if that were true. Let's talk in-game. In the case of Battlefield 1, the Cei-Rigotti is the starting weapon for the medic class, and a damn powerful one at that. I'm absolutely in love with this thing. Now, DICE has chosen to chamber it in the 6.5mm Carcano cartridge and give it a 10-round magazine. Nonetheless, it is incredibly accurate at medium, even to long range when fired from a stable position. In close quarters, it can be fired from the sights or the hip with lethal accuracy in either single fire or an automatic, making it a shockingly good fit for the medic role. When it came to the open beta, this weapon did not perform that well, and I questioned why it was shoved into the medic class. A lot of us questioned why the medic role wasn't given something like an assault rifle, but now that I've had time with the Cei, I am pretty confident that this is the perfect rifle for this medic role, and I hope that many of the other rifles function as exceptionally well. It's ridiculously good balanced. I think it's in a great place, and its overall effectiveness at a multitude of ranges gives medics at level 1 a good reason to keep playing the medic role. You know, there's nothing more frustrating than selecting a role and having to trudge through the first weapon because for some reason it's been intentionally underpowered. That is not the case with the Cei-Rigotti, and that makes me very, very happy. Now, from a visual standpoint, the rifle looks outstanding. I quite like the look of it in real life, and I think DICE has done an outstanding job of animating it and putting it into the Battlefield 1 experience. It's a lot of fun to shoot in-game. It has a great sound. It looks great when it's firing. The animations for it are fantastic. Particularly, I enjoyed the reload animation. It is lengthy, but there's just something about watching someone load a rifle with a stripper clip that makes me really happy. It truly is a joy to watch again and again. Now, I think the one thing about this rifle that makes it really special in its historical sense is that it was built by an actual soldier. It was designed by a genuine infantryman. You know, it wasn't built by an engineer. And I think for that reason, the rifle looks as good as it does, you know, and for that reason, it looks so comparable to so many of the semi-automatic self-loading rifles that we would see well past World War I, into World War II, and even into present day. It just looks like an outstanding piece of design. I think that's what happens when you let someone, or when someone who has been in the trenches, who has been in combat, goes out and builds a rifle. They recognize what a soldier needs, what works best when you're actually out on the field. For that reason alone, I really like the history behind the Cei-Rigotti. If I ever had the money and the position to get my hands on one of these, I would be more than happy to hang it on my wall and use it as a wonderful, wonderful discussion piece until the day I die. All in all, outstanding weapon, real world and in game. Hopefully there might be a point in the future where we learn more about this weapon and some of its other prototype variants. Maybe one day a bunch of information will come up from somewhere in Italy in some old estate. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.